Morning, guys. Let me tag a couple people that I know will want to be on here. See if I can find some people. Frankie. Alright. I got to meet Frankie yesterday, which was kind of awesome. Let's see. Let me share to a couple groups. Let me share this morning. They're too busy on the politics of the election that they're letting CPS people like me go for a little while. I haven't been in Facebook jail, which I'm shocked. Okay, really shocked. Usually in Facebook jail probably 6 months out of the year. I spend in Facebook jail because they don't like what I'm doing. So stopped doing my devotions this morning and was praying this morning, thanking Jesus for the win that we had yesterday. And I got an opportunity to talk a little bit more with what happened in the courthouse, in the courtroom, because we weren't allowed in the courtroom. All I could do is just give them all the ammo and then just pray that the lawyer would use it. And so my client was like, oh yeah, she put the DHS lady on the stand. She was the first person on the stand that the lawyer had put on there. And what I had done, guys, is I had printed out from their website their guides and rules, their manual, basically. I think it was like 100 pages maybe. And what I had done was print out the rules and guidelines on kinship care, Family First Act, and all of that good stuff, right? And I had taken my yellow highlighter, my trusty highlighter, and I highlighted all the things that they needed to address of guidelines and rules that they didn't follow. So the lawyer, I love her, absolutely love her, Miss Dusty, put this DHS lady on the stand, asked her to if she recognized those documentations, and she was like, this is unprecedented. I don't understand why I have to answer these questions. The judge told her to answer the questions, right? And Dusty's like, I just need a yes or no answer. That's it. I'm not asking you to read it. I need to know yes or no. And she's like, no, I don't recognize it. Doesn't even recognize her own, and she's a supervisor, doesn't even recognize her own manual, her rules and guidelines, because they don't read it, guys. They absolutely don't even read their own rules and guidelines, okay? So Dusty goes through all the things that I highlighted about the rules and guidelines that they, failed to do, or, that kinship comes first. They didn't do what they were supposed to, and making sure that there wasn't family available to take these two young men. And then she goes, we've got thousands of rules and manuals. I don't recognize this one. Okay. So Dusty goes and gets her laptop. I love it. Went and pulls up the state Arkansas's child welfare website and shows it to the judge. Here, judge. The judge looks at the caseworker. I love it, guys. This is priceless. I think that supervisor is gonna have some homework to do. I'm so excited, guys. When caseworkers, supervisors don't even know their own rules and guidelines, is something else. Okay. Sorry. When I heard Dusty did that, I was just like, yes. And she needless to say, DFS is not happy right now. They put the auntie on the stand for over an hour and a half, grilling her. Of course, I had the auntie already prepared, what to say, how to address it, don't let them get under your skin, and had her prepared for any questions, of course. And she was prepared. I was really, really proud of her. Just really, I mean, I wasn't able to be in the courtroom, but I am really proud of her, because DFS went after her hard for an hour and a half to be on the stand. And they were like, well, she's got 5 kids of her own, you know, we're not going to give her any money if she gets these boys. And she's like, I don't need your money. Don't want your money. Don't need it. And the judge was like, okay, are you wanting to adopt? And she's like, Dusty, can I adopt? and the thing was, with terminating of parental rights not being done, but the mom had already signed paperwork for her sister to be able to get guardianship. And she goes, yeah, I'll adopt him. And so not only did we get to intervene and get placement of the boys with guardianship to the aunt will have the opportunity to go ahead and file for adoption. So it's exciting, guys. Okay, mom knows she can't raise these 2 boys, but to know that the boys are in a safe place with the auntie, and be able to have communication with the boys as they grow is better than nothing. Okay, at least they're not in an abusive situation, which they have been in an abusive foster home and stuff like that. And we have a journal that just put the last nail in the DHS's coffin. And needless to say, DHS, when they came out of that courtroom, oh my goodness, the looks on their face and how angry they were. I was like, oh my goodness, what happened? You guys were in there almost 5 hours. What happened? What happened? I was just like, but I knew it had to be good, because I know how these things go. The longer it goes, the more the judge is listening, okay? And the judge didn't throw it out. The judge allowed the hearing for the intervene to happen. And my client's like, when's the next court date? I'm like, what do you mean? What? You don't need a court date. You won. You won. You won. Ah! She's like, I don't have to have another court date. I'm like, no. DFS has to give you the boys. Now it's just a matter of them tucking their tail between their legs and delivering them. We got to get that all worked out. So notice they don't work that out with the parents when they snatch them up, but to get them back from DFS, they have to paperwork and make arrangements and all that stupid stuff. And but Auntie's like, I don't even feel like it's real right now. I'm like stunned. I didn't know. They just were shocked. Okay, they're still in shock. They haven't, the reality is going to hit when they show up at her door with the boys with trash bags. And I was talking to one of my clients last night, one of my youngins that just moved into her new apartment. I'm so excited. I help young foster kids that have aged out of the system get jobs, get cars. And she got her first apartment. She's so excited. I went by yesterday. She picked up my little girl to make cookies and decorate for Christmas. And so when I got back into town, I went to go see how her house is looking and get some cookies. And really, really proud of her. And we were talking about the case, and she goes, yeah, Miss Lucinda, she goes, they're just gonna take those boys, they're gonna put them in the car. And we were talking about it because we know we're foster kids. I mean, we were foster kids. We knew how they transported us to new homes. They're not gonna tell them they're taking them to their aunties. They're not even gonna give them that satisfaction of knowing where they're going. They're gonna pick them up. They're gonna be scared. They're gonna be like, where are we going? What happened? They're gonna have all their stuff shoved in trash bags, because that's what they do. And they're just gonna drive. It's a long drive, and they're not gonna tell them anything. They're literally just gonna listen to the radio. They're gonna be scared out of their mind. They're gonna be looking at each other like, Where are we going now? What did we do? They're gonna pull up at this beautiful house. It's all lit up. Auntie's husband made sure to put all the Christmas lights outside. It looks gorgeous, guys. It's exciting, okay? They're gonna pull up at this nice foster home. They're gonna turn to each other as brothers, and they're gonna say, well, at least it looks like a good home. Doesn't look like a trashy home, right? Doesn't look like one of those foster parents that just do it for money. Well, at least it looks like a good home. They're gonna pull in, and then the caseworker is gonna have a bad attitude, and at that point, they're still probably not gonna tell them it's the auntie's house, and because they're not gonna give them any satisfaction of happiness, okay, until they absolutely have to. They're just not gonna do that. And they're gonna show up at the house, they're gonna knock on the door, and when that aunt opens that door, oh my God, I wish I could be there. It's going to be, ah! And those boys are gonna bawl. They're gonna bawl when they see where they're at. They are literally gonna bawl because they wanted to be with their auntie, okay? And I wish I could be there. And when they realize that they are at auntie's house and not another foster home where they have to be afraid whether or not they're going to be abused or beat or punished. This is beautiful, guys. I'm glad to be a part of it. Sorry, I get emotional. Excuse me. This was a great win. It was a great battle. And I'm honored to be a part of it and to help two young men get back to happiness, and to people that love him. I love them very much. And I'm excited. I know I'm excited. These are happy tears. I'm excited. I just wish I could be there. I'm so excited. I told her, I said, you better let me know the second they get there. So, but I know how they're going to do it. They're not going to give those boys any knowledge of where they're taking them, or that the auntie even won. They're not going to give them that satisfaction. They're not going to tell them. That's just how they are. That's DHS for you. They traumatize children. They want to get in that last trauma that they can, that last scare. So pray for them, guys. I'm just excited. It was an exhausting day yesterday, but it was well worth it. I got to work all day today to make up the hours I missed yesterday working. But I'm excited, guys. Really, really excited. I would like to get, if anybody wants to help with Christmas for this family. She's got 5 little ones and now 2 more, so she now has 7 kids. I'm so proud. So proud of this auntie and her husband. Just absolutely love them. And guys, if you want to help with Christmas presents, let me know. I want to get up some presents and stuff, and maybe make another trip out there to deliver Christmas to this family. I'm so excited. So excited. All right, guys. Remember, keep us in our prayers. I don't know what I'm going to do. Now that I've closed 2 cases and I only got 1 left, I usually work 3 cases at a time. My husband's a little concerned. He wants me to finish up this last case, and let's see how our politics are going to turn out, because if Biden becomes our president, I already know what they plan on doing with Child Protective Services. We're screwed. The Family First Act is going to go out, and they're going to CPS is going to come out of the woodworks like cockroaches and start taking children away from families overnight. Basically, hundreds, probably thousands of children overnight, and there's nothing we can do about it. We're going to be ruled by communists, and I'm not okay with that. So I'm scared to death about what the consequences. People are so stupid. All the hard work we did with the Family First Act and everything is just going to go out the door, because Biden is a communist. He's a socialist, and he does not believe in families. So he wants to do away with foster care. He wants to do camps instead, with just social workers get rid of the parent role. I mean, does that sound familiar, guys? Camps with just staff, no mom and dads. Yeah, sounds like concentration camps for kids. Reprogramming for kids. No moms, no dads, no foster parents. We don't need foster parents. Use the money to put into our system. I'm not very impressed with his, and Family First goes out the door. CPS is going to love that. They're going to eat that up. They're going to start taking kids left and right. And you're going to have to hold your kids really close, guys. Really, really close. All right, I'm not going to get too much about it, but I don't know. I'm praying about it, whether or not I'm going to take on any new cases. I do honor my husband, and so I'm going to wait until this last case is done and go from there. Doesn't mean I won't give you advice, but it doesn't mean that I'll necessarily take on a new case. So don't worry if you have questions or concerns or want me to give you some input on your case. I'm more than happy to evaluate your case and maybe give you some ideas. I might even give you some materials if you have a lawyer, like this other lawyer did. She used all the material I gave her to beat them. She beat them, guys. She beat them with their own stuff. That's why I love it. You use their own manual against them. I love it. I love it. It was awesome. Use their own rules and guidelines against them because they don't even know their own rules and guidelines. They don't. And she was the supervisor. Didn't even recognize their own rules and guidelines that they have to follow. That's on their website that they have to follow. Okay, guys? So know your rules and guidelines for your state because they do have to follow it. And the judge had to give the auntie the intervene in the placement, guardianship, and soon to be adoption. So I'm excited. All right, guys. God bless you. Have a great day.